house isn't so big after all, is it?
Do you know what? I was saying that yesterday. I was like, I reckon I could almost have a warehouse double the size.
How many extra shelves did you put in?
There's another 12 down the end, and then there's here. So there's 15 extra shelves, but the goal is to get another bay here once I'm done with some of the cages. So if I have another, then I'll give it another 12. So then that'll be another 27 shelves. And there is space to scatter some other ones if I had to. But yeah, I think once I get through some of the, I don't need those because I got another 12 bays down there. And I don't need to get these cages.
Tell me when it's close.
Yeah.
Forward or back?
Probably another little bit, but not too
Not
much.
too
Just
much.
Get in there.
That's it.
Whoa.
Yep. No more. What's in those cages? None of that looks easy to process, does it, Simon?
The unfortunate thing for me, Mel, is they all look the same.
I just, I'm looking for the one that's got like the cookbooks or something that I can just smash out and
They all
know.
look the same.
This one looks like more fiction. Oh. Patrick O'Brien is a good author. Well, at least the fiction's easy for me to sort, which will eliminate a few cages quickly. Whoa, far out. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, I feel better with them only 3 high. I'm really glad that that wasn't staying 4 high. Yes.
Right, now I'm going to go down here and we'll walk it up. We'll do one against the wall.
Yeah, against the wall.
About there's probably good turns back. Too close.
So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 cages out here. They were planning to empty 3. And 1 can go up the top there, so that's 4. So we're going to have another stack of 3 somewhere by the look of it. Oh, I'm actually glad they're gone because every time I was near them, I was like, don't bump them and, you know, accidentally drop one. 2, 4, 6, 7. We're going to empty 3. We need 4 more. So we're going to go 1 up there and then maybe I do a low level one in front of each of those stacks. And then I've got 3 low levels there. The 3 that we're going to unstack here. Maybe that's best. I've bought my vacuum today. Once this is all done, I'm gonna, instead of giving it a sweep, I'm going to give it a really good vacuum and a mop. Yay! Look at all the books. Look at all the work. Back to burnout. Back to burnout. Well, I was going to say if you put 3 at floor level, 1 up there, and then 3 unpacked, that's the 7.
Okay, no problem. We'll do these 3 first. About there, okay?
Let's
You go grab Leela.
Leela,
Yeah.
where is she?
Oh, here's something.
He wants you in there helping the boys unpack, I think. Yep, yep. Oh, we got some cookbooks, do we?
Yeah, well, if you go on our side, Aaron hands out to you and I hand out to Layla.
Am I in the way?
What was that, Mel?
I'm sorry. I am trying to be helpful. I feel bad. Everyone's stacking and I'm sitting here. Bringing the bringing the rums. This is Dave's birthday present. I don't mind Danielle stealing paperback, but hardcover she seems harder to move.
Enjoying your alone time. Why didn't you ask me out?
A glass water.
Put it here.
Yeah. Thank you. Trying to find the happy medium.
Right, Simon, Leela, there's water.
Right at the moment.
If we need to stack on that floor, we can as well. Do you know what I mean? This is a mixed bag, isn't it? It's like old stuff, rugby stuff, sports stuff.
Heaps of recipe books.
That's good. They're
On the bottom.
they're quick and easy.
Yeah, they are, but
Yeah,
they're on the bottom.
that's all right. We'll get there. That one would be better unloaded. This one can go on the top because it's got a mix of kids stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just take a moment to look at what's just happened. So over here, I have got a dozen cages of books. I've got no idea how many's in each cage. Some of them have got bigger books than each. Could be 1,000 in each cage. I really don't know. Okay, this brown bookcase, that is actually annoying. Once I get this area kind of cleaned up, I might ask Tom to help me move that up the back area because I don't really know what to do with it until it's in the office, and the office is still like a little way away because there's a bit to do on it. Okay, so I'm going to put another, however many shelves fit there, another 1 or 2 shelves. I have got the mega stack here of books. These books are all in these stripy bags. They're the ones that I want to go onto those bookcases. And then I'm going to give this floor like a really good vacuum and a mop. And then I'm going to get some trestle tables that are going to start going in this area, which is going to be my prepping area. So I want to have like a big, I don't know, maybe like 4 trestle tables all put together or something to make a big prepping area anyway. Now I need to get this cleaned up. A lot of this is just bags and, you know, some rubbish that needs to go. But once I've got my bench space along there, that'll be where I start piling the books on the like waiting to photograph pile. Now, as for the bike, I have absolutely no idea where to put the bike. Once I get a bit more cleaned up, maybe I'll be able to kind of see where the bike will go. But yeah, very quickly this warehouse has filled up, hasn't it, guys? I really could have had one with double the size. This is kind of it now, except for the computer being over at the other warehouse. Everything's out of the other warehouse. Tom's been got all these cages out of his warehouse, so now that alleviates room for him to put some of the other stuff that's been lying around that he needs to get rid of. And there are a few smaller cages that are still mine that are coming in. They're not big square ones like this. They're kind of like, they're different. Anyway, they'll come in at some stage, but I think Tom will just wait now for those until I've done a little bit more in here, or until he just, wherever they are and he needs space, that's when he'll just bring them in one day. But now that it's kind of like everything's moved over here, everything's out of Tom's space, I feel like it's time for me to have a rest. I feel like, yeah, it feels like I better leave enough room here so that if they need to come back and do anything with that box. I feel like tomorrow might be my kind of first day off. So I did have the weekend off from the warehouse, but I wouldn't say I had the weekend off of doing nothing. And I feel like I need a day where I just stay home in my pajamas and do nothing. And the only thing that I would like to do tomorrow is go and have a massage. I've been wanting a massage for the last couple of weeks, but I was also very much like, well, you may as well wait until everything's moved in before you go have your massage, and then you can just fully relax. So I feel like tomorrow might be the day when I book in and go and get a massage, and it might be like the first day where I can just stay home in my pajamas. And then even Thursday, I might stay home and edit a video for you, because I think today's video might be number number 9. Also, like I've been filming every single day, I think, except for one that I've been in here, and they're all backed up. They're all banking up now, so I've got to start the editing process. So maybe if I do Wednesday at home, day off, Thursday editing 1 or 2 videos, however many I get done. Friday I come back out here. Then I will stay with Tom that Friday for the week, and so I'll be out here all week to be able to just potter around and start working on the inventory and, well, maybe not even on the inventory. The next step might be the office, because it's really hard to not have my office set up. So maybe once this kind of initial cleanup is done, maybe the first step of doing anything else in here is the office. So all those books in the stripy bags that were on that cream-coloured bookcase in the old warehouse, I'm hoping, those cream-coloured bookcases I think were bigger than this, but I'm hoping I can fit all of that on this anyway. And then some of this fiction stuff will be kept, and some of it will be bundled, and some of it will be Facebooked. So I was unpacking some death pile, and there was quite a bit of Clive Cussler, and he's quite a hard author to sell, even in bundles. He's just seems to be a very slow seller. But some of these Clive Cusslers are in good condition, and I am going to see what I can do with them. Clive Cussler isn't a straight out no for me, but he's definitely not somebody that I would ever pay a lot of money. If I'm paying 10 cents a book or something, then, you know, he's worth a try. But some of these other ones that are here on top, like I can see that this whole lot here, there's a lot of Clive Cussler, a lot of Bryce Courtney, a lot of Jeffrey Archer, a lot of Tom Clancy. Now, Bryce Courtney, Jeffrey Archer, Tom Clancy, they're all quite slow movers for me. But these ones, especially these Bryce Courtneys, like they're massive books. They take up shelf space. They're slow selling, low end. Look how many of them, they're all the same. These books need to be redonated, or I might try and sell them on Facebook Marketplace in some lots. If there's multiple of the same, I'll make up like multiple lots, try and move them on for really cheap. But while I'm just sitting here like putting some of this up for the death pile, if I can keep it at the same authors, and the fact that I can see these authors just sitting here, it just makes me think, well, just like they're just on the top, all the bigger books are down the bottom. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to spend 5-10 minutes, and that might actually clear a bit of a chunk here with all these same kind of books. But yeah, most of these, like Bryce Courtney, I don't really want him in my store. They're just such big books, these hardcover books. I'm going to make more money from the non-fiction than this fiction stuff. Bryce Courtney for days, guys. Anyone want it? Bryce Courtney for days. Guys, I've got a little bit sidetracked. It's not like me, is it? What are these? One, two, three, four, 5, 6 piles of him. Massive pile of Grisham, big pile of Archer, some Tom Clancy, and there's a lot of, what's it called, Clive Cussler there. So, yeah, I definitely don't need all those Bryce Courtneys. He just doesn't sell in the time frame that I need him to sell for the amount I do. And there's a lot of the same books there. So, right, I got off task there. I was meant to be unpacking. And, yeah, It was just because I was unpacking that Clive Cussler and I was like, oh, I can see more of Clive Cussler in that pile. I'll just pick him out. And then I just started picking out, but realised there was just, look at all these Bryce Courtneys that I don't want. Okay, I probably should explain this in a little bit more detail in case you're new and you don't understand about sell-through rate. So when you're looking to put books into your bookstore, you need to be choosing books that have like the desired price that it's going to sell for, so you make your desired profit amount. And then you also need to be looking at the sell-through rate, because you need to be you need to choose a sell-through rate for your store that you're happy with. So this is all part of choosing your own metrics for your store. How fast do you want to sell through things in your store? What price do you want your bottom, as Tech and Sports would say, the floor? What is the floor level price that you want to have? And what is the desired sell-through rate? Because if you've got tons and tons of storage, it might not be an issue for you to have that book stored for 2 years. And your sell-through rate be like, as long as it's going to sell through in 2 years, I'm gonna purchase that item, right? If you're happy with a 2-year sell-through rate. If you are low on storage and you're trying to churn through a lot of items, then you need to have a fast sell-through rate, right? So you need to, it's a little bit of a balance, but you need to find the right sell-through rate for your size of store that you want to grow to and the size of storage space that you've got. So for me, when I look at my sell-through rate, with the level of storage that I've got and the incoming stock levels that I've got, I'm probably looking at around about a 9-month desired sell-through rate. 6 months would be ideal, but I don't always think 6 months is accurate for what I sell. So I would say 12 months is the maximum that I want items in my store. 6 to 9 months, preferable, right? Obviously, if I can sell it a month, 3 months, perfect. But like when I choose a book, if it's a priced high enough book, then I'm happy to sit on that book for 9, 12 months, right? But if I'm picking a book that is a low-end book that's only worth $15, $20, including postage, I don't want that book sitting in my store for a year. I want that to have like a 3-month sell-through rate. So when we're looking at Bryce Courtney, he's a low-end book. He's only going to sell for cheap. Now, I've just typed in, I'm just going to show you here so you can see. I've just typed in Bryce Courtney hardcover book. And down the bottom, see how it says 99 results, 98 results. I don't have my glasses on. But if I type in Bryce Courtney hardcover book up the top in the search, there is 98 listed books with Bryce Courtney hardcover, right? If I now filter by the completed solds, there is 8. There is 8 Bryce Courtney books that I've sold for, right? So it looks like they're selling that the lowest that they've kind of sold for is $18. They're selling, the $18. There's a higher priced one here that's gone for $60, but it is a signed first edition. So that's abnormal that's an exception to the rule. If it's a hardcover book that's signed by the author in a first edition, you can't kind of count that $60 sales as a normal. This book, regular book, hardcover, lucky to get me $19.99 for a sold. But when you can see that there's 98 books listed and only 8 sold in 30 days, right? So in a year, what is it? 8, 16, 24, 36, right? So for this book to have a year sell-through rate, it would need to be like 30, there'd be 36 of them selling per year. And there's 98 listed, which means some of those books will be sitting there for 3 years. And some of those books sitting there listed will never, ever, ever sell. So for me, that's not a desirable book. It's not desirable. Like, look how many books there are of him stacked up in this haul. He is a dime a dozen. Anyone can go to any charity shop and pick him up. I don't need him in my store. He can be for another seller that wants a longer sell-through rate and is happy to sit there and wait for him. I don't want it clogging up my shelves. Big chunky books like this, that are going to take 3 years to sell for under $20. It's like, it's not, like, even if you get these books for cheap as chips, 5 cents, like cents, you know, these are costing cents, some of them. It's just not worth the time and energy to even photograph them. So that's what I mean by sell-through rate. And that's what I mean by I'm not keeping these books. As soon as I see them, pick, boom. That automatically clears out a big load for me out of that pile. I can drop them straight away over at the charity. I don't even know if the charity shop will honestly want these because they can't move them either because there's just too many of them. But at the end of the day, I'll give it a go. I'll see if the charity shop will take them. They're not for me. Okay, so I've picked out a few of those books. Some of the ones that I could see that were the same authors. I've started filling this up. This is just... these are all fiction books. They're fiction books for either set bundling or for selling individually, but they're kind of like books that I set aside and do them in lots. So I've picked out what I can see just on the top really that might go over there. And then over here, from this lot as well, I picked out all of these books. They were all cookbooks, and I started a gardening shelf as well. I know there's a gardening, one of these boxes has got a heap of gardening ones in it. So I just want to kind of separate them, if you know what I mean. Like if I'm going to sort through this stuff, like the more I can sort into authors or genres, it just makes it easier to start going through it. And then all the random stuff, that's when I pull it out and I put it onto tables and I start prepping what I'm going to do for it. But any cookbooks that I find, if I can kind of keep them separate, any gardening books that I find, I'll keep them separate over here. These shelves aren't being used for any inventory at the moment, so I'm okay to put them there for the moment. Stack of books there I pulled out. They were individual books. I'm going to put them in the pile over near the photo station as waiting to list. And I've got a whole heap of bags down there that I'm going to take to the charity shop on my way home today. So this is, besides the floor needing a sweep and a mop, I really just want to spend the next, I don't know how long, hour, I don't know what it will be, but I just want to spend a little bit of time getting into this and just trying to organise that. There is some death pile over there, which is like waiting to list stuff. Now this is going to be the death pile area. I'm going to have tables set up here. So what I'll probably do is the actual death pile that's over there, I'll probably just bring it around here at the moment. And, well, maybe I'll even set it over there, get this area mopped before I bring any, I don't want to dump too much here. And I haven't mopped yet, but I don't really feel like mopping yet until I've got more of a space down there. And as for this bike, I just don't know where to put it, but I need to move it out of the way there. And maybe even if I just move it back a bit for now, I don't know, but it's in the way and I can't even think where it's going to go at this point. I mean, maybe over there in the corner, once this is gone, this pallet, I could maybe have it, maybe next to my packing station. I just don't know. Anyway, that's a later task to decide. I don't think there's anything in here, but I can't wait until I come out again. And honestly, I just want to go home and have my day off tomorrow. I'm like, I just can't wait. I just want the day off so bad. I just feel like everything that's in here now, I can wait. If you're still watching this, I don't know if you've watched every single vlog since I've moved, but let me just say, if you're still watching these long vlogs right to the end and you've watched my whole move in and you've watched me complain nearly every single day that I'm tired, guys, I honestly can't thank you enough. Like, I feel like I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel today. Like everything's in here now. Everything's in here except for the computer desk. I feel like I'm starting to see a little bit of light at the tunnel. I'm starting to see that there's a couple of days off on the cards for me and a couple of slower days. I've got the store in, it's not even in holiday mode. I've unlisted everything at the moment, made everything 0 quantity. So there's nothing in my store at the moment. I'm on a mini sabbatical. Yeah, today's the first day I think I'm just now like everything in here now to do is just me. I don't have to rely on forklifts. I don't have to rely on anyone else except for maybe does someone come and help me move the bike when I decide where to put it. But except for that, I feel like I'm back in control. There's light at the end of the tunnel and I can just go at my own pace a little bit now. And if you're still watching after all these videos, my goodness, thank you so much. I can't even thank you enough, you know, for watching these videos. Drop your comments. Make sure they're nice and friendly because I can't deal with negativity at the moment. Goodbye. Love you. Bye.
Whoa.